Hello Seekers, welcome to your Guided Illuminations. This is a timeless reading as I believe that time is fluid and you will receive these messages when you are meant to. Also, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates for you and leave the rest. I'm just going to take a moment and open space before we begin. Welcome divine spirits, guides, and angels. I ask and I thank you for your guidance and protection. I ask that this reading illuminate your path to your greatest soul growth. May it bring you healing, blessings, inspiration, and guidance. I ask that my ego step aside and allow my highest self to be a clear channel and receive these messages in the love and light for which they are intended to help all seekers remain on their highest spiritual paths. We thank you so much for these beautiful messages. Your presence truly is a blessing and always welcome here. We thank you so much, Divine. And of course, for you seekers, it's always running out of steam towards the end, but it is still going. Okay. Hello, seekers. You know the drill. We're going to get started with a chakra energy card and see what energy we're going to be working from today or working on. Perhaps we'd never really know what Spirit would like to talk about until it starts to unfold. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the seekers today? Just a couple more shuffles here and then I will cut the deck. And we have inner strength. Awesome. Absolutely. I think we all could use a bit of that. And it's card number 14, which would reduce to a 5. And 5 is all about changes. So maybe this is talking about tapping into your inner strength in order to create the changes that you wish to see. This is coming from a place of power. This is coming out of the solar plexus chakra. And as we've talked about, that's your powerhouse. That is your inner strength. So that's beautiful to open with. We're going to light the coinciding solar plexus candle to help us invite that energy in today. Perfect. So let's pick another oracle card and see what else the angels and guides would like to add to this inner strength. Wait, what are we using our inner strength to create? Did you want that one? That one tried to jump. Yes, you do. Okay. It like jumped and I caught it. And that's kind of not the point of jumpers. Okay. We have card number 31 and it's depth, the lake. So I feel like what this is saying is you really need to go deep. Go deep into your inner strength and what's inside you. You know, I'm looking at this too, and with the water, the lake, to me, water speaks of your intuition. And I think that what this is saying with these two cards combined is your inner strength, so your power, what enables you to, manifest and bring things to the 3D world, finding that strength to be like, okay, I'm going to make this happen. Oops, we have a jumper. Hold on. I have to chase it down. I feel like that saying that is going to work hand in hand with this deep knowing, this depth within you. They're connected. Hold on, guys. That one went for a long ride. Okay. Oh, how perfect. Card number 18, and it says the power of purpose. And we have this arrow that's lit on fire to represent your inspiration, and it is hitting right on the bullseye. So this is saying what you put your power into, what you feel intuitively, and by that I mean, what are you drawn to? What speaks to your soul? What's your unique talent or gift? Or, this will be different for everybody, but whatever this represents for you, this is confirming when you put in the effort and the time, you know, I'm also getting, this is saying, don't overlook opportunities. So as much as, the power behind the law of attraction is, what you think about, you bring about, and that is true. So when you're putting something into the universe will find ways to bring you opportunities. But I feel like this is kind of saying too, don't overlook them. Don't hold off on them, because this year is a powerful year for manifesting. And actually, if you break 2021 down in numerology, it's a 5. It's a 5-year change. And we're seeing that we started off with that, with this inner strength. This is, and actually they're drawing my attention to this. You have this orb of light that looks like, it's shining so bright that it can't be shoved down into the depths anymore. It's coming to the surface now. It's breaking free out of you. And you can even kind of see these, rays of light emanating from her. And it almost looks like, you can read this 2 ways, either digging deep into the depths within you, tapping into that intuition, but also if you see this as her floating to the surface and coming out of the depths, allowing that inner light, that inner strength to break through. And the power of purpose, that is the power of intention. So very important right now, seekers. If there's something you've got your heart or mind set on, and you'll know because you'll feel it. This is the time. Shoot that arrow, move forward with it, because you will hit your mark. And this could be anything, but I'm leaning more towards something that you feel very inspired about, because that arrow is on fire, and fire is inspiration. That's your soul energy. So this purpose does feel very deep. And we do have that depth card here. Okay, well, I just kind of flung that one out. That was interesting. And we have the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords, this is worrying. You have so much on your mind. Swords represent thoughts. And as you see, all these swords, they're above her head. This is stuff in her mind. But they're not, how do I want to put that, Spirit? It's like self-entrapment, if you will. She's lost in her own mind. She's worrying. And, coming out under this depth card, I feel like perhaps this is saying you have to go deep and pluck out these insecurities, pluck out all these thoughts of, I can't, I shouldn't, this abundance is meant for somebody else, not for me. Thoughts like that, doubts, that's what these swords are representing. And the message here is not to allow them to keep you down, because you do have this purpose, this powerful purpose, and it's your time to tap into that strength and align to that purpose. And speaking of, we have the Princess of Wands. So this would be the Page of Wands, and this is renewed inspiration. This is some kind of news coming in. See, she's bringing you this staff with the orb of knowing and passion and drive and determination. Wands is fire energy. So you could even look at this like she's bringing you that arrow that you shoot and hit the mark with. Okay, so with the Page of Wands energy, this is bringing in an opportunity or information that leads you to your purpose. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So this queen right here, she's logic. This is having a plan, knowing that plan. She is all-knowing. She's conquered. So she's the queen of this sword energy, this air energy, your thoughts. And she's conquered those. She's plucked these swords and she's made this beautiful sword with them. So all these little daggers, all these little thoughts of doubts, insecurities, she took all of those, plucked them out, used this inspiration and that fire. I mean, swords are forged in fire. And she created this sword that can cut through anything that stands in her way. I mean, she's connected to source. She's connected to earth. And she even has these pyramids behind her. And to me, that represents knowledge. That is like the all-knowing. You know, I feel also like this queen, like if you have these doubts coming in, this is the queen you wanted to come in at the end, because she can conquer all of those. This is also feeling like gaining independence to me. I don't know why that's coming, but for some of you, maybe you need to hear that. It just feels like strong, independent energy. She knows what she's doing. She knows her worth. She's not going to let these doubts get to her, because this inspiration's coming in right on the heels of her conquering all of these doubts and fears. So let's see what our underlying energy is today. Oh, wow. Okay. Perfect. And actually, again, I don't usually do this, but when they stand out, I do. You have the King of Swords under your underlying energy of the Sun. The Sun is the most powerful card in tarot as far as positivity goes. This is success. This is positive energy. This is light shining on everything surrounding you. So you have that coming out under that inspired wand energy here. And I'm also going to include this king because it's the perfect union here. You have this perfect matching of that yin and yang energy, which is fantastic energy to have coming out under. Actually, let me spread that back out because I kind of like that because it lines up well, coming out under that power of your purpose. So I feel like here with this depth, like digging deep, you've got some doubts. There's some residual doubts. Like I do feel like you're on the precipice. And for a lot of you, you are so ready to make the jump, whatever that means for you. But doubts creep up. They do. They're like little creepies. They come in even when you don't want them to. This is really saying, no way. You can't. You're not allowed in here, because I am busting. Oh, as I throw the card. I am busting out of my shell. And when I do, be ready for it, world, because I'm like a whole ball of fire coming out. And I don't mean that like, in a destructive way. I mean that in a powerful way. And, it really is perfect to see this union of that sword energy, because that right there is taking control and conquering that energy. And he's standing out to me too, so I'm just going to point him out and then I'll put him back in the deck. But you have another king, the King of Pentacles. This is King Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold, okay? And he's kind of just here off on the side, and I'm getting an energy of this is what's going on in the background. So you do need to tap into your strength and take action, because wands, that's an action sign as well. But meanwhile, Spirit wants you to know that if you're taking charge and you're doing what you can every day to put these doubts to rest, this is where you're going to end up. Your inspiration is going to come through and you're going to conquer those fears. You are going to be the master of your own mind, your thoughts, your power of purpose. But in the background, you have this King Midas energy bringing in those opportunities, bringing in abundance. And seekers, it is there for you to claim. Don't overlook opportunities. They keep giving me that, so I want to reiterate before we move on. But that's a powerful message. They really want you to know, whatever doubts are coming through, they're saying, and I understand that it isn't realistic to say, okay, well, I'm going to change my way of thinking today. That's probably not going to happen. But when you make a conscious decision and you start to put in the efforts, that's when you're going to see the inspiration coming in, that soul energy being reignited with that Princess of Wands. She's bringing that in. And you have the sun as your underlying energy. There couldn't be a better positive sign as an underlier. All right, so your divine feather today. That one's pretty. The owl. Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. That's so beautiful, guys. That's, oh gosh, I'm going to place that here on this sun, inspiration, inner strength column, because what a perfect little reminder. And they actually want me to pull a card from the Divination of the Ancients deck today. So let's see what Spirit intended from this deck. This should be interesting because I love this message today. The power of your purpose. With that arrow hitting the bullseye, bull's mark. Okay. And, you know, actually they're showing me that star as well. And that is also a symbol of hope and inspiration, intuition. So, and actually, if you want to look at this, it's like you have the star up here and the sun down here. So you have the two of the big celestial bodies. Okay, so Spirit, what final message do you have for the seekers? And your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Push those doubts aside and, you know, really tap into what it is. Because if you can find a way to sort of sit with yourself, either through meditation or just being in your favorite place, you know, light something that smells nice, that makes you happy, whatever works for you. And when you really check in with yourself, I do think you'll be able to differentiate what is your ego telling you these insecurities, because unfortunately with ego, that's where all the insecurities reside. Your highest self doesn't have doubts and insecurity because it knows. And this is what this owl is coming in for. It wants you to know that what you really feel in your heart, in your gut, that all-knowing feeling, that is what Spirit wants you to focus on and put your inner strength and power into. Okay, so 2 more shuffles, and then I'm going to cut the deck. And I know I say this kind of often on here, but, you know, even though the universe will provide opportunities, and it will, you have to take them. Because in the eyes of the universe, no action is still an action. And it can only provide the opportunities. You have to have an active role in that. So we have smoke, and it says prayers. And I see this flame turning into the eternal blue flame. And I feel like this is coming out as a reminder to be in alignment with your intuition, because this is like, so here we have the fire. Interestingly enough, in this, let me move the owl for a minute, in this column with the fire energy, the sun, the wands, and here we have it. And then, you know, it melds into this blue smoke, which is like divine knowing, that connection to source, that wisdom, the intuition. So here's that connection. It's showing, you know, you've got that inspired, strong energy coming through. That is what's going to give you the inner strength. Just set that, like I see for you, this is just going to literally ignite like that. Once this comes into your energy body, there's going to be no stopping you. And they don't want you to feel like you have to fear whatever it is you're fearing, because you are divinely guided and protected. And it's definitely showing up here in this reading. So thank you, Spirit. That was really powerful. Okay, so let me pull you a couple charms and see what other message we're going to close out the reading with. All right. Okay. They want me to do this way. So we do have the skull and crossbone coming up, which would represent death. And as we know, in, the card reading system, the belief behind death is transition. This is letting go of what no longer serves your highest good and stepping into something new, something that is more comfortable, that fits you better, if you will. So that's a beautiful energy. That's nothing to fear. And I think, with that Nine of Wands, that anxiety, those reservations, this death is coming out to say, you have to do what you can to cut that loose. Because remember, as you pluck those swords out, you're going to use that inspired wand energy and create. Look at these swords they have. They tower over these little tiny daggers. You're going to take that. You're going to take the lessons. You're going to take the knowledge, whatever it means for you, and you're going to transform it. That's that death energy, that transformation. Oh, and actually, I forgot to say, and they're like, please, you have to. So we have a lot of sword energy, okay? That's air energy. So that would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, potentially. And we also have a lot of fire energy, which would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So if that's meaningful to anybody there, they wanted me to put that out there. Okay, and next we have the key to success, the key to unlocking your dreams, the key to the city, however you want to interpret this key, like whatever it is you desire, this key right here is going to unlock that for you. And quite suitingly, we have, believe. And that is what that owl messenger said. Believe in your intuition. Believe that you are being led where you're meant to be. There's nothing along your path has been for naught. You have had the good and the bad to create you and who you are now. And Spirit's really saying who you are is exactly who you are to be. And now's the time to step into the power of your purpose. Okay, so let's see what words we have today. Let's see. And please, as always, if you see words and you'd like to share, leave them in the comments below. I always like to read those. So let's see what we have. Well, I'm seeing right away you. So like, this is about you now. It's your time. And that is not a selfish thing. Focusing on yourself and achieving what it is you want is not selfish. And if somebody's making you feel otherwise, well, then maybe they're in this Nine of Swords energy. And part of going deep and digging into that might be limiting or removing exposure to people, places, things that cause you to feel anything but the magical, wonderful, beautiful light that you are. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, and look. Head. And I'm hearing it's in your head. Like this energy, these doubts, they're in your head. They are not true. Whatever doubts you have, they're like... maybe it's something someone's told you and it's stuck. Maybe it's something you're conjuring up yourself. I mean, we're talking, this could go all the way back to, I don't know, your upbringing and your foundation for how you think of yourself or how you can, or what you can accomplish. But this is saying it's in your head. If you are doubting yourself, you're only holding yourself back. And that would be a shame, because you have big things to do or to bring, or both, in this world at this time. Like I was saying, this year is going to be all about change and manifesting what you desire, and actually this death energy, that transformation, leaving the things that don't serve you behind you. You do not want to bring those forward in your journey. You want to take the lessons, if there are lessons to take away, because those are blessings. That's how we grow. That's, that wise owl, that wisdom. But that's it. That's all you want to take from it. Anything residual that's hanging on, that's not serving you, it has to go, seekers. It has no place in this forward movement of yours. So let's see. What else do I see? I can hear some of you hollering your words at me. I hear it. I hear it. Okay. All right. I'm going to sing a little song as I connect this one. I have to borrow this Y from you, and I'm going to move that so this stands out. Today is the day. No more waiting. No more waiting. Action, seekers, action. This year, that's going to be my theme. Through so many of these readings, I can already feel it. Action. Now is your time. Doubts need to... okay. Ooh. Where is it? I just saw it. Wow. Doubt. Today, doubt is gone. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking. I hope I can get this out because I'm like so excited about it. Today, doubt is gone. It is your time, seekers, and the energy coming in is just beautiful. Beautiful. Whatever this purpose is that you feel aligned to, it is your divine purpose, and it is blessed with that sun energy as the underlying energy. And then, you have this eternal blue divine flame coming in, kind of crowning that whole row of inspired energy. I love it. I'm going to leave it there because that is just the perfect ending message for this reading. So I do hope that something in this reading has resonated for you. If it has and you feel inclined, please feel free to like, share, subscribe down below. Most especially the likes, because that helps to circulate this message for other seekers who may need to hear it. And as always, I want to thank you so much. I love each and every one of you. I am so blessed to not only have you on my journey, but that you are taking me along on yours. And I can't thank you enough. I love you all. And until next time, I am sending you all lots of love, light, and illuminations to guide your way. Take care.